Get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drip, they sucked it up, I got them on it. I bought a new Patek, I had to watch so I two-tone them. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning.
Okay, y'all, we break. I had to take a little small little break or whatever. But y'all, so how did I pack up and I moved to a brand new city? Okay? Like, how did I do that? Like, we gotta take a sip of water for that. Woo! How did I do that? That water is really good. Make sure y'all drink your alkaline water. Don't be drinking no Deer Park water because it ain't good. That tap water. Get you some good alkaline water, some stuff in there that's going to help you in your body. Stop drinking that Deer Park water, okay? Get you what you need. It's going to fill your body with some good energy, okay? But yeah, y'all, before I start, let me just say this. None of this will be possible without God. None of this will be possible without God. So that's the first thing that I want to say before I start my channel, really get into deep, is letting you guys know that none of this will be possible without God. And, you know, just let you guys know that, you know, my journey has been a journey. And through this journey, I have learned a lot. I have lost a lot of people. And my life has changed, you know, through the midst of, you know, moving. And one thing I can say is that God has showed me, you know, the light in every situation. You know, sometimes when I don't understand, you know, why this is happening or how has it happened, you know, I have these conversations with God a lot. So, you know, that's how I want you guys to know none of this will be possible without God, you know, to get here. But I really want you guys to really know my story and, you know, what I've been through and what it's like to pack up and leave and move to a new city. So before I get started, I want you guys to know that all of this really happened because I wrote it down and I put it on my vision board. It has always been a dream for me to move away from my city. I come from a very small town called Abbeville, South Carolina, and it's really nothing down there. Nothing. Let me just drink some more water for that one more time. Whew. It's nothing down there. Nothing. I feel like my hometown has taught me to really go out here and get whatever you want out your life because there's nothing down here. I feel like since I was down there, like my whole time, my school has always been like sports. Like, you know, if you're not playing sports and you're not on the field, they really don't care nothing about you. That's how I feel. You know, if you ain't got no academics, if you ain't in the little honor roll class, or, you know, you in a little beta club and shit like that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you really nothing. So I always knew that I wasn't going to be here. It's like, have you ever just like, it's like your body is somewhere but you not there? That is how I felt the whole entire time, that I was there but I wouldn't allow my mind to be there. So I had to realize that, you know, what do I want for my life? I had to ask myself these things because sometimes you be dealing with, you know, life. You be dealing with things that, you know, you are going through, maybe that's physically, mentally, and emotionally. So sometimes it stops you from really figuring out what is it that you like. And I remember just beginning of this year, you guys, I lost my car. I lost my car and I was like blown away from it. And I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job for completely 6 months straight. Like I had nothing. I had a little bit of revenue coming in, but it wasn't enough to have enough. But I was still grateful for what I had because I was still making a way to have it. Yeah, that's a bar. But during this whole process, you guys, when I lost my car, I was actually headed to an event. You know, something that was going to better me, better my life, and to, you know, put me in a position to, you know, be around successful people. And I was probably like an hour away and my car broke down. And instantly I was like, I'm crying, I'm upset, but I started to pray. because that's all I knew what to do was to pray about it, really truly pray about it. So I was really praying. I was just like, God, like, you know, I don't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like asking God for answers. Like, what is it? Like, why I'm all like, I'm actually going somewhere that's going to better me. I'm excited. I had a designer who was going to dress me, everything. Like, I had all these opportunities. I'm like, God, like, why is this happening to me? Just being honest, like, what's going on? Because to be honest, y'all, like, don't be afraid to have those type of conversations with God, because God wants you to have those conversations. God wants you. Look at my head, y'all. Yeah, but God wants you to, have these type of conversations with yourself. I mean, with Him. He wants you to have these conversations, so He can, show you why and tell you what, why you're going through these certain things. And the good thing about it was I still made it there. My cousin, he is a very successful, great person. He actually made sure that I was there. He came and picked me up, and made sure that I got where I needed to be. Made sure that my day went smoothly. The fashion designer, still dressed me. Everything still went good, but I didn't have a car. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's just a car. It's gonna get fixed. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm going somewhere that's going to better me and put me in that position, I wasn't worried about it. I said, let's go do what needs to be done, and we can go take care of this later. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset that I had. And I had a really great day that day. I said, you know what? I'm going to figure it out when I get home. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just enjoy the moment of still making here on time and being here around these people. So, during that moment, when I, went back home, I was like writing down a lot of things. I was like, I don't have the money, but I have a vision. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, like, I had to tone out a lot of things. I had to, cut off the TV. I had to stop, watching certain things over the internet. I had to stop talking to certain people, because I had to really get real quiet with myself so I can realize what God is trying to tell me. Like, I'm really trying to hear who God is. Before then, I really didn't have a good relationship with God, but y'all gotta understand that, God gonna put you through He gonna put you through some tough times for you to be like, okay, God, listen, let's talk, cause what's going on? And it was one of those moments, like, God would do that in order for you to really, be like, okay, God, like, I'm listening, like, what's going on? And like, when I was like home, all I had was headphones, had a notebook, had a pen, and it would be daytime. And I would just go outside, and I would just listen to music, and I would vision. And that's how I used to be so quiet on a lot of things, is because, I feel my visions. Like, sometimes, like, I realize, dang, like, I'm really a creator. I'm really a God, because I can create anything that I want, because I vision it, I see it. And I used to go outside and just sit on the porch, roll up me a blunt, yeah. What all my little, you feel me, drop in the comments, let me know, because y'all already know, okay? I would just sit in the car, roll me up a blunt. Well, not in the car. I would be in my car too, even when it wasn't even on the road. We're gonna get to that too. But I would just go outside and smoke and just write and vision. Because I love music. I love music. Music is something that motivates me. Music is my motivation. So I kept just pushing, kept thriving, and just saying, like, okay, we're going to get through it. And along those times, you guys, like, when you're going towards something, y'all, more obstacles are going to come y'all way. But it's all about you training your mind. And that's what I had to do. I had to train my mind. I had to say, okay, don't say these certain things. If, it's okay, walk away from it. I dealt with a lot of personal things in my life. And I had to tell myself, we're not going to let this one thing stop you from the goal and the plan that God has for you. We're not going to stop it. You know what I'm saying? And I think during that time, during that moment, I was trying to help people understand me. But I had to understand that a lot of people are not going to understand you. What God has for you is for you. It's not for them. And I didn't know that. And during this process, I realized that what God has for you is for you. And I would, tell people my visions. I would even try to help people. I would give them advice or something to do for their business or something that it was a vision for me. And I would literally, just do my best with, trying to help people understand me. And I tried, and, it didn't work, obviously. So I had to realize, like, okay, who do you have in your circle? I had to ask myself these things. Who do you have in your circle? Like, it's something that's not right. Like, and you can feel it. So I want you guys to realize that when you have people in your circle, like, God ain't gonna bless you when you got a lot of fuck niggas around you. That's just being real. So I had to ask myself, who is around me that's pushing me back from where I need to go? And I had to evaluate my circle, y'all. I had to cut some people off. Not to be harsh, not to be mean, but, you got to understand that everybody can't go with you. Everybody is not going to be with you when you go to the top. They may be with you through the process, but they're not going to be there when you get there to the top. And I had to just sit down. I really did. I had to sit down, and I had to tell myself, like, we got to change up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to cut some people off, and we got to move differently. Because when you are called to do something, you guys, and when you know you are called to do something, you got to change up your circle. You got to. That's just something that's required for you to do. And only the people that's chosen and the people who get it. Okay? There was a bar right there too. But I had to really just, get a lot of people away from me. And that's what I did. And, I didn't, of course, when you be like, damn, they used to be my dog, you know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself, like, God is trying to tell you, because I prayed about it. Like, I said, God, I need anybody that's negative, I need the people that I don't need in my life out of my life. Like, these are the words that I said, and it be the people that you don't think be the people that do. And that's something that I was so hard trying to understand. Like, damn, you too? Like, so I had to realize that it's okay, because they're not meant to go to the top with you. They're not. You prayed about it. God showed you. So be cool with that and to walk away from it. And that's what I did. So through my process, I had to tell myself, okay, cool, I'm learning. Even when I didn't have a car, even when the money wasn't coming in the way I wanted to come in, I still kept going, kept thriving, kept telling myself, like, okay, cool, it's only temporary. I'm building a really strong relationship with God because God is showing me these things. And I remember the exact prayer that I said to God. I was like, God, like, speak to me. Speak to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, God speaks to people in so many ways. But during that moment, I needed God to speak to me to make sure that I was doing everything that I needed to do to get to where I was going to. Because I was losing people who I thought was close to me. I was like, well, dang, like, am I doing something wrong? Like, what am I doing? Like, I questioned myself. But one thing you would never do, don't never question what God has for you. And that's just through that process. And, I feel like that kept me level-headed because I knew that hard times don't last forever. And I just kept growing. And, one day I was like the visions was hitting me so hard to where I was like, man, we got to do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see myself as this boss bitch. I see myself as this Black successful woman. I see myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm envisioning myself driving in a Lamborghini, in a Porsche, in a Bentley, pulling up. I'm envisioning myself. So these visions was hitting me so hard every day. I was like, okay, cool. We gotta make something shake. So that's what a sacrifice had to go into. Like, that's what a sacrifice really, really, and I just got a word, y'all. Thank you, God, for that. But the sacrifice, I didn't want to work no 9-to-5 job. I didn't. The 9 to 5 job was not for me. The first day I first worked the job, and I worked for 4 hours. And that week, I think I got an $88 check. I said, I know you goddamn lying. I done did everything, and then I done stayed over for y'all too. Yeah, you got me fucked up. So when I turned 16, I got a first job. But one thing about me, I'm a hard worker. I work hard because I want that money. But I was just like, man, it's not for me. These folk talking to these folk in this type of way. They telling you to do this. They suspending you. This was before COVID. They suspending you. You know, they telling you can't come back because you didn't. You know, the money was the money from your drawer wasn't right or some shit like that or all that type of stuff. And that job shit just wasn't for me. Like, I knew it wasn't for me when I first got my first job. But I said, you know what? This is what we got to do. So through that process, y'all, it was doing that. I had to tell myself, like, I'm not going back to no job. Because I had worked at multiple jobs during that time too. Manufacturing jobs, all different type of jobs. Because I was going to get that money regardless. But each job that I went to was like, nah. Like, it ain't for me. And I told myself, like, my mom was like, well, Kira, you need to be doing something. Like, you're not doing nothing. Like, I understand what you're trying to do. I get that. But you need to be doing something. So, you know, that pushed me. Because I had to make some shape for me. Like, I knew that I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the praying is good. But you got to go out here and really sacrifice what you want to do so you can get what you want. And that's something that I had to do, y'all. I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice a lot of things. And that's when I made that thing. That's when I made that thing to get out here and do that thing, okay? And my thing was me becoming an independent contractor and me becoming a dancer. Because I love to have all my money to myself. I don't want to have to wait till, you know, get my check and y'all done took half of my check. Because I work hard for my money. And, you know, I had to realize, like, I'm going to do what I got to do. Ever since I was a young girl, I loved to dance. So I was like, you know what, well, let me use a gift that I got to go out here to sacrifice for the things that I need to go get. And that's what I did, y'all. And ever since then, ever since April, everything has been going great for me. And of course, I've had obstacles along the way too. But ever since then, you guys, financially, everything has been great. And one thing I can say, it was all the sacrifice that I had to take. It was all about the sacrifice. I had to really get out here and really, truly make that sacrifice, you guys. And I did it. And I didn't do it by myself. I didn't. I'm not speaking to say, oh, I just did everything by myself. I have had people in my corner who has helped me get to where I'm at. And those people know who they are. And I'm greatly appreciated for that. Because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. And, you know, and I pushed hard, y'all. I kept going. And, you know, I really told myself, like, we're going to make this happen because that's all I needed. I had the plan. I had the vision. But it was all about, you know, taking, you know, the sacrifice, the action to make it happen. And I did it. Like I say, you guys, it was really, they are so loud. Okay? Pipe down. All right. But no, I had to tell myself that, you know, it's really time to, you know, change up the way you move. You know, you are an independent contractor, you are a dancer, so, you know, you got to change up how you do things. And I did, you know, when I, you know, made it up here, you guys, like I said, before I even made it up here, I was traveling 2 hours, like driving back and forth, 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 back and forth. And like, I knew that this day was going to come. Like, I knew it was going to come because I was determined to get it done. And I was like, you know what, hard times don't last forever. So when you're going through something and you don't think that it's going to happen right then and there, always remember, hard times don't last forever. And, you know, just going through what I was going through, you guys, like, God was teaching me a lot of things. And I'm grateful for what I went through, and I'm grateful because it brought me to who I am now. And I realized that, you know, you got to get away from certain people. Even if it's your family, your friends, you can't pick up the phone all the time because you're trying to find who you are. And I feel like in this moment, in this process, you guys, I'm finding what I like to do. I'm finding what Kazotic loves to do. I'm making Kazotic happy. I'm treating Kazotic, I'm, showing Kazotic, different things and, going through healing. I'm finding out who I really am because I dealt with chaos. I prayed for peace and I prayed for happiness. But I had to realize that I had to change my environment. I had to get away because I was, like in a house with kids. My grandma, my dad, my mom. Like, I'm just in the house where just everything's spinning. So, that's why I kind of always stayed to myself because, I was like, I can't let this situation knock me off of my vision. Because sometimes when you have a lot of people around you guys, it's only for the people who get it. When you have a lot of people around you, sometimes those people are distractions in order for you to get to where you're trying to go. So I had to cut some people off. I had to get away from them. That's why, like I said, I love the nature. I love to be outside because most of the times I would be staying in the house when my door just closed all the time. I had to really get away and be peaceful. So now when I'm moving to my new apartment, it just helped me understand, like, okay, cool, like, go out, get out of your room, come in the living room, go outside, take a walk, like, just feed my mind to understand I don't have to be caked up in here all day. And I honestly want you guys to realize that everything happened the way I imagined it to happen. And I'm grateful for it. And I feel like you gotta move away from your hometown, y'all. You gotta move away. Like, if your business is not doing what it needs to be, it's not that your business isn't succeeding, and it's not that you're not doing anything for your business, but it's your environment. Y'all, I'm a hustler. Ever since I knew that I could make money on my own, I was finding different sources of income to make me money. And I was selling lashes at the trunk of my car. And I realized, like, I'm really talented. I'm really gifted. And I was like, dang, well, why everybody go support her, but they don't go support me? And I didn't realize it. Like, how this girl get all these likes on her inventory, but I'm only getting 1 or 2 likes on my inventory. Like, what's going on here? And my shit used to look better than them. Like, what going on? Like, tell me what's going on. So I had to realize that the reason why people don't support you is because they look at you and like you them. They look at you, oh, well, she just sent Advil, so she ain't got nothing going on, this and the third. They try to belittle you. That's what they try to do. They try to belittle you. But one thing about it is, I love it. I love that they didn't support me. You know why? Because the people who didn't support you, and when they see you actually make it, they're going to be the same ones that your Shopify going to be ding, ding, ding. That your biz going to be ding, ding, ding. They're going to be calling, can I get back in the bidding? Ding, ding, ding. Nope. Because you didn't follow along with me. I don't need people to fall off with me and then want to hop back on the wagon. Because, baby, listen, when you fall off, you stay off. So, yeah, that was another little bar right there, too. Period. But I just had to realize that I got to get away. And I was like, I know I'm successful. I know where I see myself. I know what I'm doing. And I had to move. And, I'm just telling the person who's out there, you guys that's watching, my subscribers, new subscribers, I want you guys to understand that if you're not happy at where you are, first you need to write down some things that, where you see yourself at. That's what you need to do. Whether you work at a job, whether you sell hair, you sell lashes, you sell bundles, you sell clothes, whatever it is that you do, you need to, have a strategy. That's what you need to do. You need to strategize. Okay, cool. How we going to get this to happen? Plan it out. Okay, and strategize the shit out. You know what I'm saying? Really need to lock in on yourself and stay focused on how you're going to make it happen. Because that's what I had to do. I had to write it down, y'all. I had to even get planners. Like, y'all, this is one of my old notebooks right here. And this means a lot to me because this actually wasn't my notebook. This was also a notebook that my mom gave me from, my godmom who passed away day after my birthday. And she gave this to me, and it has been with me ever since. And I have wrote a lot of ideas down. I have wrote, just everything that I need. And when I feel like I'm going through a tough time, I just write in this book because, I feel like it belongs to me. Whether the scuff marks and everything, I still took it because I knew it was hers, and I knew this was something that, it was meant for me. So yeah, I don't want to get all teary-eyed because that's, yeah. But I just, want you guys to realize that you just got to have a plan. You really just got to stay focused and, tune out. Like, if you got to tune off social media, if you got to tune out people, family, then that's what you got to do. Lock in on your goal and stay focused on what you really want to do, y'all, because this is what I imagined. I saw it. And I did it, and I said, you know what, through the obstacles that I was going through, I was like, you know what, it's all right. That's the shit off your shoulder. We're going to get back up. Like, I was finding a ways to move up here. Like, I was sleeping in my car. I was, like, having to the point where I was drinking energy drink back to back, because I'm just, like, I'm hustling. Like, that's one thing about me. When you a hustler, it's going to be in you. So it was like I was hustling every day. Like I wasn't like giving myself the space that I need. I wasn't pouring into myself the way I needed to pour into myself because, baby, I'm hustling. I'm getting to this money because I got to be locked in on the money. You know what I'm saying? So the money can help me be where I need to be. And just looking back, it makes me grateful. And I want y'all to understand is that write it down. Write the plan first. The vision needs to be the number one thing. Then you need to write it down. Then you need to ask yourself, okay, how are we going to make it happen? That's what you need to do. And realize, like, a lot of people be looking at people, oh, well, she just got it easy, this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. Anything that I did, that I do, don't never come easy to me. I'm built for it. So you got to ask yourself, are you built to go through what you're going to go through? You got to ask yourself these things. I was built for it. The people who didn't like me, didn't want to talk to me, left me, I was built for it. I was like, okay, cool, it's all right. They like, well, dang, well, how she keep going? Because I'm built for it. If you don't need to be around me, you just don't need to be around me. Simple. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I had to learn every day, that I'm cool with it. I'm willing to go through it. So, and I thank God that I was able to do it. And I want you guys to know it. Like I posted on my Instagram. If you're not following me, go follow me right now at Kazotic on Instagram. And I had to realize that it's time to change. If I can do it, you can do it too, y'all. Like, don't ever just look at me and be like, oh, she lucky. How she get that? Because I worked hard for it and God was by my side the whole way. Yeah, and God do work miracles. So if you don't got God in life, you better get him, okay? Because he worked this out for me. And, just realize that, look at me. Like, I love when people say I'm inspired by what you do. I'm inspired. And I be like, dang, they inspired by me. I be, whoa. Damn, but when I hear people say they are inspired by me, y'all, they make me look at what I'm going through to realize that I'm going through what I'm going through because, I can teach somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And that makes me feel really good in the inside because, like, sometimes, like, we don't look at ourselves sometimes, and sometimes people look from us and we be like, dang, we get all this credit, but we don't even look at ourselves like that. So, I'm just feel like this is what I'm meant to do. Like I'm just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Once you get it, get it. But that's something that I realized. You gotta change your environment, y'all. Get away from certain people. You guys get away from them and start over. I feel like it's gonna be tough, y'all. But understand that it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? It's all about you and what can make you happy. And what you want to do for you in your life. You got to ask yourself, it's time for you to live your life now. And you got to create the life that you want. You got to create, what you want to see. You got to create, my lips perfect. But you got to create the things that, you want to do. You got to put yourself in environments. You gotta go to, this event. You gotta go here. You gotta go there. And y'all, when I tell y'all, the event that I went to, y'all did not expect to see a famous influencer. Y'all, when I say Ty is the best, like, he approached me, and I'm like, hold up. Like, I need to know what you're doing. But the connection was amazing, and I really appreciate him so much because we talked, we laughed, we connected, and that's all it's about. You got to get around people and connect and like meet people. You got to put yourself in the room. If you want to make sure that you good and your family good, you got to sacrifice some people that's back there. Them folks back there ain't going to understand, but they going to understand when that motherfucking check come in the mail or they get direct deposit or you pull up in something that they always wanted. They going to be like, yeah, that thing what you were doing, it worked for you now. Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do. But like I say, y'all, don't be afraid and definitely take risks. You got to take risks, y'all. You for sure got to take risks. Like, none of this would happen if I would never took risks either. Like, I had to risk. Like, when it was scary, it was the most scariest thing for me to do. But I had to do it. And I did it. Because I was like, you know what, man? Like, I got to get out here and I got to do what I need to do because this is where I want to be at. And I put it on my vision board. I had no money. I remember I had $5. And the $5 that I had, I only had enough money to go get the things that I needed for my vision board. And it just amazed me to look back and be like, dang, like I really put my apartment on there. I really put that I was gonna move to my dream city. Like I always put these like types of things down on my piece of paper because I knew that it was gonna happen. Make sure my lips good. Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all know this stay on deck. We don't. Sometimes they be too. My lips be so big, they be juicier. Yeah, I'm really a comedian. That's a sign me because yeah. But yeah, like I had to take a lot of risks. But when it felt scary, y'all, I knew it was the best thing for me to do. So I'm telling you guys, anybody that's watching, is to imagine who you want to be. Imagine, create that person in your mind, whoever you want to be in your mind. And also, open your eyes and look at your situation and ask yourself, how am I going to create her? How am I going to be able to become to the woman who I see myself in my head? Because that person in your head ain't going to never go nowhere. Never. That person going to be in your head because that person wants you to keep going and keep doing something in order for you to become that person that you see in your head. So create her and understand that, you're going to lose a lot of people. You're going to lose a lot of things. But, have these conversations with God. Build a relationship with God. And, realize that, everything is going to happen the way it is supposed to happen. You just have to allow it to happen the way it is supposed to happen. And right now, you guys, I'm excited. Like, I'm choosing to start over. I'm choosing to buy new furniture. Like, I'm starting to buy new everything. Like, everything has got to be new. I don't want anything that I ever had in my past because, I packed up and I left. I slept in my car. I, dealt with cold nights where I didn't eat because I'm just like, I got to get it done, but it brought me here. And I want you guys to realize that, I'm choosing to, find my peace and find my happiness. I'm choosing to, really love on myself a little bit more and to really feed myself the much energy and blossom to the woman that I am today. And I'm super excited. And most of my, vlogs will be in here. And I am super excited for you guys to be watching, and not only watching, but really coming a part of knowing who I am. And also, helping you guys become the person that you want to be as well, too. But thank you for watching my story. Y'all, make sure you get in your bag and do not forget to leave a thumbs up on my video because we finna turn up. Period. Bye.